Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. I'm Hudson.
And I'm Allie.
Coming up, Florida man has had it with Buc-ee's.
Also, the insane story we just learned about Carlos Correa.
All that and more on the way next. Netflix is actually doing it. And I can't believe it. 8772 RadioU. I guess I can believe it, but it just makes me mad. Netflix is raising prices again.
What?
They're doing it.
Didn't they just do this?
They did it almost exactly a year ago.
Okay.
It was January of 2025, the last time that Netflix raised subscription prices. Now prices are going up again. And no matter which tier you are on, it's going up by at least $1 per month.
Thank goodness I just canceled it so I don't have to pay this new price.
Yeah. Thank goodness I still have a way to password share.
Well, what in the world do they think they're doing? Because couldn't they at least hold this off for a little bit? While, America, especially in America, it sounds like this is for U.S. subscription plans. I don't know if it's across the globe that they're doing this. But, Americans are dealing with the rise in cost of gas prices right now.
Oh, no, that's worse everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here it's bad.
Here it's really bad. And so you would think maybe let's hold off on raising prices considering Americans have to pay even more for just their gas now.
Yeah. People are making tough decisions now with their money.
Right.
And like if it's coming down to, well, if I cancel the Netflix subscription, all of a sudden that frees up so that I can actually have half a vacation this year. That's probably a decision. I feel like a lot of people are going to go with that instead of keeping the Netflix around.
Yeah, I can't even imagine like the premium plan is going to be $27 a month. It's $26.99.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
No streaming your one streaming service. That's not even a bundle with something else.
Right.
How dare you?
That's so insane.
What do you have on Netflix at this point that's so good?
Right.
That deserves $26.99.
What is so premium about that plan that you have to pay almost $30 for it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And think about this. This is Netflix raising the prices so they can't buy HBO Max.
Right. They didn't even acquire HBO Max.
They did it. Imagine how much prices would go up. And they're like, no, they wouldn't go up, we swear.
Yeah.
Imagine how much they would go up and how much they will go up, by the way, on Paramount Plus/HBO Max now that they're going to be joining. Imagine how much prices would have gone up if Netflix did acquire that. Are you out of your mind?
I think this is just going to be a yearly thing that we see now.
Yeah.
Every year, they're going to find an excuse, find a reason until people stop paying it. They're going to find a reason to keep raising prices.
This has to be people's breaking point, right?
I would hope so. That's ridiculous.
Now,
the plan that I was on is $20 a month now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. There's no way I'm paying for that.
And they call that the standard.
Yeah, like standard for who?
Now, you still can't get on the cheap plan for $8.99 a month.
Yeah, but isn't that only like one screen?
Yeah, but if I'm paying for it, why do I have to password share,
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think that's fine for like one person to use.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I'm like, I would like to be able to use more than one screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think that plan.
And even if you have the extra, the standard or the premium where you can like use multiple screens, they still make it so annoying to do that.
Yeah.
And I still won't give up that they make it difficult / impossible to cast to your Chromecast.
Right.
That's a common device that a lot of people have.
Super common, and it should not be that you can't use it. They should bring back password sharing if they're going to make us pay almost $30.
How much is too much for Netflix? Let us know. 8772 RadioU. Is this it for you? Is this it? Let us know. Or maybe there's somebody out there that's like, I don't think it's a big deal. Another $1 a month? I'm rich. I can afford it. Got another Florida man going viral after crashing out. Not even talking about clavicular. 8772 RadioU. This guy had a problem at Buc-ee's.
Okay.
How can you have a problem at Buc-ee's?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people describe that as one of the happiest places on earth.
Yeah. Buc-ee's is, that's supposed to be, what could go wrong at Buc-ee's? It's too crowded for you. Oh, the bathrooms are too clean for you. But apparently this guy in Florida had a pretty serious crash out because he was low on gas.
Okay.
And now I do get this. Gas prices out of control. We've covered this. So that can raise your tension. But he drove out of his way to go to a Buc-ee's to get gas specifically because he had a Buc-ee's gift card.
Okay.
Big mistake. Buc-ee's just recently stopped accepting gift cards for gas purchases.
Why?
Apparently because they want to ease congestion at some of their locations. So that makes because if you use a gift card, you have to go inside to pay.
Yeah, okay.
You can't pay at the pump.
Okay.
Which is pretty standard. I've had gas gift cards, particularly at Sheetz. It's pretty standard that you have to go in and use it.
You have to go inside and use it.
So
it'd be similar to going and paying with cash.
Yeah. And so, which they also would prefer you don't do because it clogs up the inside for all the other stuff that people are buying. And it's busy at Buc-ee's, so they're trying to just whisk everybody through.
Yeah.
And so the more people they have, if you could just simply just buy your gas at the pump like everybody else, it'd be a lot more convenient. And so I guess that's their excuse.
Okay.
But now this guy was acting like he was stranded at Buc-ee's because he was so low on gas. It says he drove 30 miles specifically to use the gift card.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, that's a mistake. It's a mistake.
Maybe, but also let's say this guy was low on funds, didn't have other money to use, and he was like, I need gas. The money I have to use is on this Buc-ee's gift card, so I'm going to drive to the closest Buc-ee's gas station. The closest station was 30 miles away.
I mean, I've been down bad.
Yeah.
But I've never been down so bad that all I have left to my name is a Buc-ee's gift card.
I haven't been that down bad either, but
and at that
in this world where gas is this expensive.
I know. Maybe we shouldn't say too much.
Yeah.
It could happen to
I
any
don't
one
want
of
to
us.
judge anybody.
Yeah.
You know, the financial situations are not great, but I would imagine if you were down that bad and you had driven 30 miles to use the only money you had.
Thoroughly upset.
Yes, I kind of understand the crash out now. Not really, but like it makes sense a little bit more.
So I don't know what he wound up doing as far as gas goes. I think he asked his parents to send him money.
Oh, no.
If you had to drive 30 miles to a gas station to buy gas, ask your parents to do that first.
I would have asked
Seriously.
the parents if you needed gas, and you didn't have any other way to pay it, which sounds like that's probably the case if he had to ask his parents.
2 miles.
Yeah, the closest gas station.
30 miles, you went too far.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know if it's half a tank of gas, but that's like at least a gallon of gas.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You're using up. What he should have done is start bartering around the Buc-ee's. Trade you this gift card
for cash.
Go to somebody that's got a big basket full of Buc-ee's food.
Yeah.
And just be like, hey, I'll trade you this for some cash. You got any cash on you?
Right.
And Buc-ee's also probably wouldn't like that because you're basically soliciting.
They wouldn't have liked that. And also, I wouldn't have done that deal. You don't know if that gift card has money on it.
That's a good point.
I'd be like, prove it to me. This gift card hasn't been used.
You'd have to walk up to the register with you.
Yes.
And
pay for it.
Yeah. But what he did wind up doing is he says, I don't have video that proves that this is completely accurate, but he posted on TikTok because he's so upset.
Oh, no.
Of him ripping a bunch of destroying a bunch of Buc-ee's merch. He says it's $200 worth, but it just shows him kicking a Buc-ee's hat and peeling
that $200 Buc-ee's hat
and peeling bumper stickers off of his car, which apparently he did have. Evidently, he had multiple bumper stickers on his car.
That were Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
And so he took them off?
He was peeling them off.
He's like, I'm done representing your brand.
I'm curious if that was all stuff he had pre-existing, or did he use, because he, in a fit of rage, because he had this gift card that he couldn't use on gas, he's like, this is useless to me now. And he bought $200 worth of stuff because that's how much was on the gift card, maybe, just so he could make a video of him destroying it. But he didn't really destroy that much in the video that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, either way, Buc-ee's, I kind of think you should change this policy because if gift card is supposed to be money.
Yeah, I am frustrated with gift cards and how they work.
Yeah,
actually.
that should count.
At some certain places.
It should count as regular cash because somebody bought that with regular cash. So if it's not usable to pay for gas, which is your main shtick, you're a gas station, then I don't think that shouldn't be legal, honestly.
I'd be so upset if I was a TSA officer.
Okay.
8772 RadioU or the talkback button in the RadioU app, because you're not getting paid.
Right. Number one.
But think about this. TSA officers are normally just the butt of jokes, typically.
Yeah.
Where it's like, why are you, I hate the TSA officers. Why are they scrubbing my hands for bomb water? Why are they making me go through the naked body scanner? Like all these things. And it's like, oh, now that we're not getting paid, now you want us around.
Yeah.
Now that you're waiting 4 hours for a flight.
Now you feel bad for us.
Now you're on our side. Feels like how times have changed. But if you're planning on traveling by air anytime soon, you sure about that? You sure about that's what you want to do?
I don't think you do. I have a friend of mine posted a video. They were at the Houston airport. The line was insane for TSA. I mean, going so far out of the airport that it's like, outside.
Yeah.
In Houston, in like 90-degree weather. And you're just standing outside waiting in line for hours.
Yeah. It's gotten to be to the point where some airports are experiencing basically their longest wait times in history. At least as long as, we've been kind of doing this thing.
Sure.
4 hours or more at some airports, which is absolutely insane.
People have got to be missing flights because of this.
Oh, 100%. And I do think that, it's now the point where the TSA workers have missed multiple paychecks from this current shutdown.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, they had missed paychecks earlier in the year, which eventually you do get paid for the time you work, but it's just not until the shutdown's over and you're allowed to be paid. So, but they've had time. You're draining your savings if you had any as a TSA worker for a lot of these people. So it's that second missed paycheck in a row that probably really makes things tight for people.
Yeah.
To where they're just like, I gotta find another job.
Well, because the rest of the world's not stopping. Their landlord isn't going to be like, oh yeah, I understand. You haven't gotten paid the past 2 weeks. You don't have to pay rent this month. They're not going to do that.
And you're not going to pull up at the gas station and they're like, oh, you're a TSA worker. This one's on the house.
Free gas.
Yeah. It's just expensive for you as it is for everybody.
Right.
And so, there's tons of TSA officers quitting, which you cannot, I don't think you can blame them for, because not only is it you're not getting paid now, but again, you already weren't getting paid earlier this year. And now you're thinking, when's the next time I'm not going to get paid?
When's the next shutdown?
Even if we get this sorted out now, when is it going to be another 3 months and I'm not going to get paid again? You don't know. Why would you want to have that job?
Right. If you wanted any more evidence that politicians do not care about you, like this is 100% it.
No.
Like they don't care about you.
I don't know if you saw, obviously, the Elon Musk thing has been shut down. He can't pay them.
Oh, man. Now, I was like hoping that would work out.
Now Donald Trump, it's like he could sign something where they get paid.
Like an executive order or something?
Something like that. And I'm just like, wait, it's just that easy? Then why have they been not getting paid this whole time?
Why have we been waiting for that? Can we please pay people when they work?
Yeah.
Please?
It's the same thing as the Elon Musk thing, though. It's like, well, if we do that, then it's a slippery slope. All of a sudden, we're paying everybody without anybody agreeing to be paid.
Yeah.
That we should pay these people. So.
Yeah. But I would much prefer for them to get paid than not get paid.
Yeah. But it's getting out of hand. It can't go on much longer, right?
No. That's what we kept saying about the air traffic controllers the last time.
Yeah.
It's just, who's the next government employee group that we'll be talking about with the next shutdown?
That's also what people are saying in line. It's like, we've been waiting 3 hours. It can't go on much longer, can it? No, it can.
Yeah.
It absolutely.
Another hour later.
Get comfortable.
Yeah.
You're going to be waiting there a while.
I just hear the SpongeBob thing in my head. 2 hours later.
You sounded more like Gru from the Minions.
Honestly, it went Gru and also Dracula at the end.
We got another Florida man crashing out on TikTok.
No way.
I know, another one.
Another one in the same day?
And still, I'm not talking about clavicular, but this one might be a transplant.
Oh, no.
Because this happened at a Disney World resort. 8772 Radio U, the talkback button in the new Radio U app. This is a shirtless man repeatedly throwing himself into the door of a hotel room.
Oh my gosh. Please tell me the cops were called.
The cops were called.
Okay, good.
I want to know the story. So this is at Disney World's Art of Animation Resort, happiest place on earth. This guy is outside a ground floor hotel room there, shirtless, and he's and in this particular video, and I've seen multiple, so this went on for a while.
Okay.
But like this one video we have, he's shirtless and he's got his back to the door and he starts like
hitting it
strongly, firmly throwing his backside into the door.
Yes. And then kicking it.
Then he starts kicking it backwards. He's kicking
with
it
like
with his heel.
Yeah, the heel of his foot.
Then he turns around, he starts leaning on the door and starts pushing it.
Yeah.
But here's why I want the story. Because Allie, he has a suitcase with him.
Oh no!
So did he arrive to the hotel that way, shirtless? Or did he get kicked out of his hotel room because he was drunk or whatever? His wife is like, you're done.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to get back in. Oh, look how hard he's kicking the door.
He kicks it so hard with like the front of his foot.
He's doing a full wind up.
Yeah.
If he wasn't absolutely wasted, that would
hurt
really hurt.
So bad. Yeah, he's completely blasted, completely drunk. But yeah, he's got a suitcase. He is so drunk. What in the heck happened here? You know?
It's unclear whether this was actually his hotel room that he was, for some reason, locked out of, and maybe he just didn't have the key.
Maybe, yeah.
Or, whatever.
I have a feeling it was like the wrong room. He thought it was the right room, but it was the wrong room. Oh, so bad.
I feel bad for everybody because, if this would have been loud, that people would have been.
Yeah.
And they're at Disney World with their families.
You had kids in the hotel room. They're probably terrifying these poor kids.
Yeah.
Like some guys tried to break into our room.
Yeah, but it is entertaining that we do have the video from it. So
yeah,
I'm glad somebody caught
I'm glad someone got it on
somebody
video.
that was woken up by this man's antics at least made the most of the situation so they could go viral on TikTok.
Yeah, it sounds like it was so loud. Although at one point, this is like on the lower level, there's a balcony above. And this is like the hotel where all the rooms are like, the doors are outside.
Yeah.
And so, but you can tell like the people upstairs, it doesn't seem like they really know what's going on the third level. They might be, they are looking down. You can't see them very well, but.
Well, yeah, they probably can't see much.
Yeah, so they're just like, what's that noise?
Yeah.
Who's beating the door?
Jeez, what a you don't expect that at Disney World.
No.
That's not what you signed up for when you paid bajillions of dollars to go.
I hope these people in this room got their room comped.
And it's probably busy, too, because it's like spring break time.
Right.
It's probably family. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
Not acceptable.
Sorry for your experience.
Yeah.
Have fun with Scrooge McDuck tomorrow after you didn't get a night of sleep. Get your popcorn ready. It's our Friday tradition, the weekend watch list, letting you know which movies are new that you could be watching in theaters and at home this weekend. Not the strongest weekend of new movies, but I'm hoping that there's a hidden gem in here.
Okay.
We'll start with They Will Kill You.
Ooh.
Starring Zazie Beetz.
Oh.
A woman answers a cryptic ad for a housekeeping job at a luxurious yet foreboding New York City high-rise. Upon arrival, she discovers residents have vanished without a trace for decades. Fueling whispers of an evil cult lurking in the shadows.
Oh, evil cult.
Yeah. They Will Kill You is now in theaters. It has a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not too shabby.
Kyle Smith of the Wall Street Journal says, so many better horror features have been constructed along the same lines that this one comes across as merely a tedious also-ran. By the end, every trope the director uses has been bled dry.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like a story I've heard before, you know?
Yeah, definitely. But have you heard it before with Zazie Beetz?
Probably not.
Also in theaters this weekend is You're Dating a Narcissist.
What are these titles for these movies? They're like warnings, you know?
Yeah. You're Dating a Narcissist stars Marissa Tomei.
Whoa.
As a psychology professor who has a knack for spotting narcissists.
I would hope as a psychologist she would.
She flies across the country to prove that the man her daughter is marrying is a fraud.
Oh, and a narcissist.
Apparently. You're Dating a Narcissist is now in theaters. It doesn't have a Rotten Tomatoes score. I don't have that many reviews.
Is it a comedy?
they describe it as a romance comedy.
Okay.
Because you know that he's not actually a fraud,
yes,
right? There's no way.
She's just got to be like actually terrible at her job or something.
She might actually fall in love with him and take him away from her daughter.
Whoa.
My prediction. Mark Dusick of Mark Reviews Movies says, your dating a narcissist becomes so contrived that it makes us constantly question the intelligence, sincerity, and believability of its main character.
Oh, no.
That crushes me, though, that a Marissa Tomei movie.
Yeah, that we would not believe
bad.
her sincerity.
I know.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
This
seriously.
must just not be a well-written film.
Maybe she chose a bad role.
She must have.
Her agent sold her on something she shouldn't have.
Yep.
Finally, this one could be interesting. This is what I'm hoping is the hidden gem. Mike and Nick and Alice.
Okay.
Starring Vince Vaughn.
Oh.
As either Mike or Nick,
Yeah.
probably. Two friends navigate the dangerous world of organized crime, testing their loyalty and survival skills as they get deeper into the criminal underworld.
I love that plot.
Yeah.
Sounds very interesting.
Mike and Nick and Alice is now on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Okay.
It has a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, what's everything got 72% today?
I know, it seems a little suspicious. But Odie Henderson of the Boston Globe says, it deserves to be seen on the big screen with a rowdy audience ready to cheer its ultra-violence and laugh heartily at its jokes.
Oh, so
But
it sounds like a
unfortunately-
popcorn movie?
Yeah, but unfortunately you can't see it on the big screen. Probably not easily anyways, because it's just straight to Disney
Straight
Plus
to
and Hulu.
streaming. They didn't believe in it. Disney didn't believe in it.
I'm looking at the cast too. Some of the other people in it are like bit actors that you love to see pop up, like Stephen Root and Keith David.
Oh, wow. Keith David.
Yeah, Keith David.
This sounds like a classic example of a film that was put together by a studio. It's probably been sitting in production for years, and they couldn't get a distributor, and finally Disney decides to buy it, and they send it straight to streaming.
You don't get a lot of straight to Disney and Hulu movies anymore.
No, that was kind of
really only Netflix does that. Netflix
Right.
and Apple TV.
It was kind of a COVID thing, really.
Yeah.
But I think we saw a lot more of it too when Disney acquired Fox. A lot of the movies they didn't believe in that Fox was working on, they sent them straight to streaming because they didn't want to pay to release them in theaters.
Well, I have high hopes for this. I hope it's good.
It sounds good, and I love Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
He was just on Theo Vaughn's podcast. I think this must
Promoting
be
this,
why.
probably, yeah.
This must be why.
So there's all that. Also, I don't know if you heard the new season of Daredevil Born Again is out.
They have a new one?
The first episode, anyways, is out. So definitely that's on my watch list as well. And so, yeah, it should be. Find something to watch this weekend and let us know what you do get around to at 8772 Radio U or with the talkback button in the Radio U app.
All right.
That's your weekend watch list. We'll see you at the movies.
I have to admit, baseball has been on the brain a little bit, like a lot recently. We had opening day yesterday, and I've been listening to a lot of baseball podcasts to get ready for the season. And I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts called Talking Baseball, and they mentioned a story that I had not heard. And it's an absolutely insane story. Have you heard about Carlos Correa of the Houston Astros almost drowning over the summer last year?
I saw a headline about that, but that was all I saw.
Yeah. So they told this story, and this is totally insane. So Carlos Correa, who was still with the Minnesota Twins at the time, is swimming in Lake Minnetonka, I think is what it's called. And he's got his 3-year-old son on his back. And he's swimming. He doesn't have a life jacket on, but his son does. And his legs end up cramping up, and he can't swim anymore. He starts, slowly sinking down. He's got the weight of his son on his back. And he says his son is literally asking him, like, Papi, are we going to be okay? Because he can tell his dad's struggling. And he's like, we're going to be fine. And he notices he's kind of in between the shore and the boat that they were using at the time, and he can't really get to either. It would take a lot of effort. But he notices a few feet away there's a buoy, and so he decides to try and swim there. So he swims to the buoy. He holds on to it, but his hands like slip off, and he starts falling underneath the water, and he has to grab the chain where, the buoy's like chained to the ground. So he grabs onto that, and he ends up hurting his left hand while he's grabbing onto the chain, so he has to try and get it with his right. And with like basically the final gasps he can get out before he starts falling under the water, like his head under the water, he yells out for help. And he starts praying and saying, Lord, save me. because, it's a moment of panic, obviously.
Yeah.
You're thinking, what's going to happen here? You can tell he's completely out of strength. And his father-in-law, who was on the boat, hears them and jumps into the water with a life jacket and ends up throwing it because he can tell, I'm not going to get to them in time.
Mm-hmm.
And Carlos Correa reaches out to it, gets it with his pinky, and is able to finally kind of pull himself a little bit above the water and get a breath. And so they survived this insane story.
That's crazy.
And Carlos Correa in that moment was praying, and he literally prays, Lord, save me. I promise you that if you save me from this one, I will serve you, and I will serve you forever. So in a moment of panic, a lot of people do, pray.
Yeah.
The plane's going down, people are praying because we ultimately know in a moment of trouble, the way to turn, where to turn is to God.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people have that realization, and certainly Carlos Correa did as well. But what's actually really cool about this Carlos Correa story, which I just now read more in detail about what happened, he followed through.
Yes.
He followed through. Carlos Correa after this has been totally devoted to God. He started a home Bible study during the off season on Saturdays at his house. Started with 8 people, turns into 60 people coming to his house to eat and hear more about God. And he was going to a local church at the time, and he went to his pastor and said, I want to preach. I want to talk about God. And so he gives him this opportunity to do that. And so now Carlos Correa is out here preaching.
That's crazy.
It's so cool. This story of Carlos Correa almost dying. And he was religious before, but he's completely changed his life off of this, what could have been a horrible experience, a tragic, thing to happen. And instead he's turned it into something beautiful.
Yeah. And there's more meaning to it now. Sometimes it takes going through something for you to realize, what's actually important and how much God really does care about you. And so that's amazing that he was able to come through that and that he's, backed it up now and kept up his word. But I also feel like it should be a lesson for us that we can all, God is there for us all the time, not just in the moments of panic and in the moments of danger, but Jesus is there, and you don't have to go through that crazy of an experience.
Right.
To have the
life turn
what
around
Carlos
moment.
Correa has now,
right.
which is a close relationship with God, because that will change everything.
Absolutely. But if you do find yourself feeling like you're drowning below the waters of this life, because I feel like there's lots of moments where you may not be in physical water, but it feels like you're drowning in water. The best thing to do is to do what Carlos did, which is to realize you don't have the strength to fight this fight alone, and you may need God. And what I think is so cool about Carlos's story is it's kind of an analogy of what God will do for you when you feel like you're drowning and you need help, and your last breath is to call out for help. Who hears you? Your Father. Your Heavenly Father hears you. He's going to come after you and throw you that life jacket right when you feel like you're about to fall underneath. And that's the last, that moment of I can get my head above water. I'm going to be okay, I think that's such a beautiful analogy in this story, because that's what God wants to do for you. In a moment when you feel like this is the end, call out to God.
100%. You can do that wherever you are today. You can also go to RadioU.com/free gift. Thanks for waking up with us here on Radio U Mornings. Thanks for donating to keep us commercial free. I have 17,000 unread emails in my inbox right now.
17,000?
17,000 emails.
What? How?
And I was thinking, and obviously this has been a problem for a long time. It's crazy too, because in my work email, I have no unread emails that aren't intentionally unread, so that I'll make sure I come back to them.
Yeah.
But in my personal email, 17,000.
Whew, man.
And so I was thinking, I got to do something about this. And I came up with a plan.
Okay, what's your plan?
Deleting 17,000 emails all at once would be too much work, right?
Sure.
Because there's some I need to still keep. I can't just delete the whole inbox.
Yeah.
But what if I just every day deleted 2 days worth of emails?
Okay.
Eventually, that I would get back to a place where I have no unread emails, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
But why can't I even stick to doing 2 days worth of deleting emails? Deleting 2 days worth of emails, that takes like
a lot of time.
Less than 5 minutes.
Oh, only 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not getting that many emails a day.
Okay.
It's just I get enough a day and I don't check this email
That
every day
often.
and don't. And then when I do check, I'm just looking for the thing that I need to find, not all these other emails.
You're looking for the code for Netflix.
That's exactly what it is. It's a login code. And so I don't always delete it every time I log in. And so then it just stacks up and stacks up.
And you know, they put the code in the subject line. You don't even need to open the email.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah,
And I'm already annoyed because it's already taken too long because I'm like, why do you need to send me this code to make me log into something? So I just don't understand how. But deleting 2 days worth of emails every day seems so like a low bar to do.
Sure.
And even that I can't do.
I feel you, though. I don't think I have quite as many emails in my email, but I am similar in the sense where it's just like it's gotten so bad that I'm starting to get things where it's like, hey, you have like not that much room left in your Google account.
My Google's been doing that to me forever.
Yeah.
And I refuse to pay Google to let me have more space for emails I won't read.
Right.
But it's funny too. My Google thing is all pictures and videos, though.
Yeah.
Like if you look at your email, it'll always alert you in your email, Gmail, to be like, you're 95% full. But then you look at the breakdown of how much is taken up, and the email is like
it's minuscule.
0.5% of all of your storage is used up by email. So even if you go through and delete, it's like, oh, I didn't make a dent in it at all.
It's not
even though that feels the most daunting of all to delete.
Right. It seems like the most backed up. I don't even know how to get the full number of what's all in here. Maybe they don't display it on the phone.
Well, I also think Google cheats you with the storage because by default, they like if you have a Google account and you take any pictures or videos, they just back up all of it.
Yeah.
And so even stuff that you take and delete right away, it feels like it still gets backed up. And it's just like, I don't need all this saved.
I don't need it backed up. You got to turn those settings off or else everything gets backed up when you don't need it. Okay, I've got 688 unread emails.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Makes me feel, I mean, if I would have just thought about that without knowing about your 17,000, I would have been like, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
that's
no,
nothing.
In the shadow of 17,000, it's definitely nothing.
You could delete 688 emails that could take you less than an hour.
Yeah.
And you'd be done.
Yeah.
You'd be caught up.
I should.
Doesn't that feel good?
It does feel good.
I
should do that today.
No, we're busy.
I don't have
we're
time.
busy today.
Yeah, I don't have time to do it at work.
Isn't it crazy? You're too busy to delete emails.
Well, at work, maybe, but maybe when I'm at home.
Yeah.
Just in my bed, maybe I can do it then.
The reason my work email doesn't have unread emails is because it's my job to delete them.
To read them.
So if someone just pay me to delete my personal emails, there should be an app for that.
There should be.
Where they give you like 5 cents for scraping all of your data before they delete your emails
5 cents per email.
It's really okay. Think about this very carefully. Do you know that pandas are real? 8772 Radio U or the talkback button in the new RadioU app. I mean, not do they exist now because you've probably seen them at the zoo.
Sure.
But are they like a real thing, though?
Are they a real thing? What is that? What do you mean?
When did pandas show up? Where do they come from?
China.
When did they show up in China?
I think we said it was there was a dynasty that was known for giving them as gifts.
Mm-hmm. That is true. But when? Because we have the Veritas Project.
Okay.
They say they're a group of paranormal researchers with an emphasis on science.
Okay.
And in a recent podcast, they theorized that pandas aren't real.
What do they mean by that?
Well, here's a quote. In the 1860s, when pandas were first discovered, some guy discovered a panda and brought it to the Chinese government and was like, hey, I found this thing in the woods. And the Chinese government was like, that thing doesn't exist. Someone must be pulling your leg. But obviously it did exist. But why don't we have any record of pandas prior to the 1860s? Why isn't there any art of pandas in history?
There isn't any art?
Before that time.
Really?
Yeah. Where did they come from?
Didn't we say that the Shang dynasty gave them out as gifts?
We said that, but do we know?
I guess we don't.
Do they have videos of them? Videos, or it didn't happen?
Yeah, right. I don't think they had video cameras back then. So, interesting theory. Well, how did this come up for them? I wonder.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're, we go through this, you're a podcast, you do so many episodes, you got to fill the time with something. You got to come up with
something new to talk about.
So
are pandas real?
That's their theory, is that pandas are a more modern invention.
Yeah.
And then the question is, where did they come from?
Yeah.
Now.
But also we have like lots of depictions in art of things that aren't real.
Mm-hmm. True.
So I don't necessarily know if that should be considered as proof.
Did the pandas kill off perhaps like dragons?
Oh.
Because there's dragons in history, right? But we don't have dragons today.
Well, there's dragons in art.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we've ever confirmed
there's stories of dragons.
Yeah.
Depictions of dragons that all seem very consistent across, different countries and locations.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the pandas came along and killed the dragons.
Yeah.
And that's why we no longer have dragons, but we more recently have pandas.
Yeah. So and on maps, instead of it saying there be dragons in areas of the map that they didn't know what was there,
right,
it should say there be pandas.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. I also think, though, if we started doing this where it's like we don't have like depictions of pandas or people talking about pandas, I feel like the list of animals that we may start to realize could be modern creations could be much longer.
Well, what do they mean by could be modern creation? Because obviously pandas exist now.
I don't know. I don't know where they say it came from.
So yeah, like what do they say the origins?
But that's a beautiful mystery. Like how do we just have pandas all of a sudden populate out of nowhere 200 years ago when they didn't exist before?
Yeah. So
but I'm also thinking, like, how far back do we have depictions of squirrels? How far back do we have depictions of anteaters?
Yeah.
How are most of the animals we know today modern?
This sounds very philosophical. It's like how can we know anything?
But the detractors to the pandas aren't real theory. Say that pandas may not have just been considered notable.
Yeah.
Like they were just a normal animal. We have a lot of normal animals now. We didn't always have cameras to take pictures of every single animal.
Right.
There's a lot of animals now we probably wouldn't be making movies about or, drawing pictures of.
Right.
But that doesn't mean they don't exist. It's just we take them for granted. We don't care about them. And maybe pandas were that.
Yeah. Because it feels very much the thing of like, if no one can hear the tree falling in the forest, did it really fall? Was the tree really there? Mm-hmm. Which is a philosophical question. And so I think, they're kind of, something isn't real just because humans perceive it,
Yeah, right.
Just because we haven't seen it before or it's never, there's no art of it doesn't mean it didn't exist before that time.
It also could be that pandas are, I don't know if this is true, so this is in fact, I'm just theorizing as well.
Okay.
Just like this guy is.
Okay.
But pandas probably are in more like remote areas, right? Maybe they were just in locales where people, without modern technology didn't go very much.
Well, it sounds like they were rare enough for the Chinese dynasty, like the empire, to gift them to other, nations. So that would make me think that they're probably pretty rare because they would want to gift something valuable. Mm-hmm. So if a panda is rare, it would be considered valuable, right? So that might be why they gifted them.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a mystery, isn't it?
It's definitely a mystery, but I don't think that they aren't real.
Do you believe this? 8772 Radio U or the talkback button in the new Radio U app. Do you believe Tom Brady checked with the NFL to see if he's still allowed to play or not?
No way.
For context, Tom Brady is not only an owner, a part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep.
He's also the current broadcaster for the primetime games on Fox.
Yep.
But he also checked to see if he could come on down and participate in any Raiders games as well, even as an owner and a broadcaster.
Guaranteed this is because of Joe Flacco.
You believe that he did this?
I think he saw Joe Flacco get another contract. He signed with what, the Bengals or was it the Bengals that he signed with again?
I guess I don't know.
I can't remember, but he signed with the team for a year contract, and people were like, Flacco, he's never gonna die. That guy just keeps playing.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what inspired Tom Brady to be like, you know what? Maybe I could still play. And I think he also kind of wants to set the record straight that he does indeed know how to play football after that embarrassing outing for the flag football game.
Yeah, I think that's why he was out there for that, is because I said this, and one of my greatest calls of all time is the first time Tom Brady retired.
Oh, yeah.
That he was going to come back.
Oh, that was obvious.
Yeah.
Obvious he was coming back.
Because when you're that good at something, and it's so your life, it's so hard to give it up.
So hard to quit.
Most people don't have to retire from their job that they're awesome at 40 years old.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady did, because it's football, and they kind of, like most people can't keep up with it.
Most people age out of it unless you're Joe Flacco.
If he thinks he can still keep up with it, then he should be allowed to do it. But now that he's been out for a couple of years, it'd be much harder.
Yeah. He'd be Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, that's right. Tom Brady's Phillip Rivers, and he's like, I could do that. I was better than him always.
I think he's getting inspired by these old men playing football.
I think he's made a mistake becoming an owner.
Yeah. Because he can't play because he's an owner.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Tom Brady claims that he checked with the NFL to see if he was allowed to play, and he said the NFL quickly shot it down, claiming that he claims they don't like that idea very much.
Because of league rules and conflict. There'd be a conflict, I guess, especially if he played for another team, like not the Raiders.
Because if he, as an owner, even though he's only a part owner, if he came down and was like, I'm going to play for you guys, then that would open up the door for every owner to do that on the team if they want.
Right, and what's the coach going to say?
Yeah, because
there's a
the
power
owner is their boss.
Yeah, there's a power imbalance there. So the coach can't turn you down. And let's say the coach did turn him down, or he decides he's not going to play for his own team. He's going to go play for somebody else. He's going to go play for the Steelers. I don't know. And then there's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Because you want your Raiders to do well. So what are you going to do when you play against the Raiders?
He's paying himself.
Right.
He'll be paying himself to play.
It doesn't work.
All that said, Tom Brady or otherwise, I think owners should be allowed to play. I think that'd be awesome. And if they aren't, that completely invalidates the classic movie, probably from the 70s, maybe 80s. It's called Heaven Can Wait, where literally an owner does start playing because the actual quarterback, this happens early on in the movie. The whole premise of the movie is the quarterback dies in like a car accident or something, and then his soul is like floating around, and he comes in and saves the owner. His soul embodies the owner's body.
Like takes over the owner's
body who's like dying drunk in a bathtub. And so then he has to convince everybody on the team that even though he's an owner, he's never played football, he can play. And because he's the quarterback, the actual quarterback, he can play.
He can play, even though he's in a different body.
Yep. Heaven Can Wait.
That is wild. I've never heard of that movie.
It was nominated for Oscars.
Really
old.
I do think, though, if owners could play, that might be NayNay's worst nightmare. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.